and welcome back. I am Wolfpaw and this is the RaxPack. And today, if you guys haven't already noticed on the mini-map, I have been doing a little bit of building. There's a new tree. It's not completely done, but this is going to be our power tree. It's basically what we've been working towards is some biofuel to power all of our systems from Mechanism. So I've kind of made this interesting tree where it's not completely rooted into the ground. It's like covering up this farm, and then we're gonna have our golems work here, put into a barrel, and then start doing some processing up above, and we'll get into that. But before we can do any of that, we actually need to get this automated farm going, and to do that we have more Thaumcraft to do. So enough looking at the building, let's get to it, shall we? Now if we go up here, there's a few things that I still haven't covered from Thaumcraft and basic crafting. One of those is actually, we actually need to grab something here, is alchemy, using the crucible. So we need a cauldron, which I thought I had, but maybe I don't. So we'll just do one of those. Do I have it in here maybe? No. Alright, or maybe it was over here. It is over here. Oh well, we're probably going to need that in the future anyway, so it's no big deal that we made that. And we're also going to need this nitor that we found. Now usually you'd have to use like a lava source or a fire source underneath this cauldron to make it work, but we should be alright here with the nitor that we found. So what we're going to do is place down this nitor right here, and then on top of that we're going to place our cauldron, just like so. And I do need to get my wand here. Wand. Not in there? In here maybe? Is it in my inventory and I'm just dumb? Wand. No. Where is my wand? Where'd it go? Interesting. So maybe iron. That was not what I intended to do. Iron. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try to find that. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. I'm so silly, guys. It's right here. Of course, it's right here. That's where I left it after all. What a goon. Here, let's take that off. Alright, so all you have to do to make this cauldron into a crucible is right-click it with your wand. Ding! There we go. Now it's a crucible. Something else we're going to need up here is an infinite water source. But if you guys remember, I have water sigil that I made. Yeah. So we can should just be able to put it in there. Get in there. Does it not work? Okay. Well, we can still make an infinite water source over here somewhere. Let's see, where would a good place to put this be? Probably down there. Yeah, we can do it here. So we can just do one like that, and one like that. I guess my blood is a little low, or my essence network is a little low, but that's okay. Do I have a bucket? I don't have a bucket. I swore you could be able to fill up your cauldron with that, but I guess not. But now that we do have, just want one of those, and I actually want a leaf block so that I can cover up that little bit of water that was moving around here. So just like that. Now we have an infinite source right there in the middle. So pick that up, plug it in there, and after a little bit of time, not too long, this will start to boil. And that is exactly what we want to happen. So for this, we need to make a couple things. See, there it is, it's boiling. I've done a little bit of research into the golemancy bit here, and we're going to need to make a golem core, and for that we need nitor. Well, nitor requires a little bit of alchemy. Actually, I need to pick up a little bit of glowstone dust too. So we'll do 2 of those because we're going to need 2. And I have all the materials ready. Now, how this works is, if you look in the Thaumonomicon, and we go to the Nitor page, which was right here, you can see it takes 3 Ignis, 3 Lux, and 3 Potentia to make 1 Nitor, plus this catalyst, glowstone dust here, that goes in after you've put in these aspects. Well, where do these aspects come from? Well, they come from the items that you have in your inventory, like coal, which has 2 each of Ignis and Potentia. So, what do? We chuck these in. Now, I want to make 2. So, if coal each has 2 aspects of fire and Potentia on it, and I need 6 aspects total to make 2 Nitor, because each Nitor takes 3, means I need 3 coal. So I'll chuck my coal in there, and I also need 6 torches, because each 1 torch has 1 aspect of Lux on it. And then I could throw in my 2 glowstone dust, because now I have all of those aspects that I need, and there we are, Nitor. And that had no waste in it, so it was pretty safe to do that one. Now what we need to do is make those cores. So, let's see, it's actually right here. To make a core, we need bricks and our Nitor, which is why I have bricks in my inventory already. So we'll put our Nitor in here, bricks around the side, like so, and we need our wand in there, each taking 5.25. Normally it would take 5, but our wand is really crappy, so we'll take both of our golem animation cores. We'll take my wand back out, eat a little bit, because I'm very, very hungry. And now we can continue on. So we need a golem core of gather. So we've made the actual core. Now we need to give it the properties. So we need 5 lucrum and 5 terra. Well, lucrum comes from gold, and I do have this gold helmet that happens to have 6, plus some extra aspects, which we'll see what happens to those as well as we go on. So I'll put that on my hotbar. And we also needed terra, which dirt has terra, 2 on each dirt. So we need 3, that'll give us 6, so 1 aspect left over. What we'll do is chuck in this helmet, chuck in this dirt, and then we'll throw in the core. And we'll get the core back, but look at that, with our goggles revealing on, we can see that there's a whole bunch of aspects left over in here. Now those will dissipate over time, or you can just get rid of them all right away by giving it a right tap of your wand, and it'll kind of spill over like that in a really nasty manner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this soul sand and place it on top of these blocks and break them to get rid of it. This is taint, and you don't want it. The longer it sits in your environment, the worse things can get, and it's just a bad time. So now, because we did that, we emptied our cauldron. We have to refill it again, wait for the water to boil, which is a little bit of a hassle, but, you know, whatever. But now we have this golem animation core gather. Perfect. Now we need another one. We need harvest, which requires 5 messes and 5 mito. Messes comes from wheat and other crops. Wheat has 2, so if we're going to need 5, I need 3 wheat to make 6, which is a little extra. And now I also need... Shoot, what was it? Yeah, the hose. These iron hose have mito on it, the little sickle shape. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to toss in our hose, 2 to make 6, and the wheat as well. And then we just toss in the golem animation core. We get that back. And again, we have some aspects, so we'll just get rid of them by shift right clicking. And this time it turned into a gas bubble. And to get rid of that, it's just as you'd expect. You do the same thing. And now it's gone. Perfect. Make sure we have all of our soul sand. Perfect. So now we have a harvest core and a gather core, which is perfect. That's exactly what we need for this to work. So now I need to make the actual golems. I'm going to use a straw golem to do all my harvesting, so I'm going to need another bucket of water inside my crucible. And I'm going to need some Humanus, some Modus, and some Spiritus inside my crucible, 4 of each. So there's my source of Spiritus is soul sand, so we'll keep that on our hotbar. I'm going to need 4 of each of those because they each have 1 aspect of Spiritus, 1 aspect of Humanus, and I needed 4. And we also needed something else that I'm forgetting. Yeah, modus, which comes from trapdoors. So we'll take half those trapdoors because they have 4 of each as well. So we'll take our trapdoors, our rotten flesh, and our soul sand to get all the aspects we need, and then we'll throw in a hay bale. And now we have a straw golem, but we also have a bunch of junk in our crucible, so we'll not hit it with a wrench, we'll hit it with our wand, and get rid of that as well. So now I'm just going to get rid of this again. Getting a little bit of lag for some reason. There we go. Perfect. We'll just clear this out. And now, for the last thing we need to make here, I was going to make a stone golem to do all of my carrying around, basically. He's going to be the gatherer. So, what we need is another bucket of water. And the same type of stuff, except we're going to have a stone brick this time. So, we'll get that ready on my hotbar. We'll have the stone brick there, trapdoors there, rotten flesh here. Throw these in. And we have our stone golem. Perfect. So that should be all of our crucible crafting for today. We'll get rid of that. And I don't have any blocks. Let's get some blocks just to get rid of that. And why am I so laggy all of a sudden? That's crazy. Alright, sleep. Because our power system is still tied to the solar panel, so it can be... you can't grab stuff at night, basically, is the system we have right now. But let's see, we needed just some blocks, so let's get some cobble blocks. Why not? And we need to go up here. Alright, so that's completely taken care of now. And we just need to get rid of the bunch of gas that we have here. This stuff can be quite annoying to clean up, especially later on when you're doing infusion crafting, which we'll get into. Don't worry about that. Trust me, I love Thaumcraft, so it's going to be a huge part of this, as you can already tell. We're using it to automate is basically what we're going to be using Thaumcraft for, because it's one of the few mods in this pack that's really good at automating farms, is what I've found. Like, there's no real good way to automate farms in this pack other than Thaumcraft, but that's okay. I really like automating with Thaumcraft. It's very fun. It gives everything a little bit of a magical twist. But anyway, now that that's done, what we can do is make, what I want anyway, is a barrel from Java, just another better barrel attempt. So we'll take a barrel out of here, because that's where we're going to be storing all of our wheat. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of wheat out of here, just a stack. And we're going to go down to the brand new wheat farm over here. And I think I'm going to put our barrel there for now. But I just realized I forgot. To control these golems, I need a Golemancer's Bell. And for that, if we look into the Thaumonomicon, it should be under straw. No, it's right here, the Golemancer's Bell. It's just quartz and a stick with a little bit of ordo. So I need some quartz. Just grab some of those and a stick. Perfect. And now we'll just go up here, because we need to use the arcane table. So I'll put our quartz in here, just like so. One stick and our wand, and we should be able to pull out our Golemancer's Bell. Perfect. This is like your wrench for golems, basically. And it's super cool because it has awesome particle effects. And also Soren dings it a lot. I think it's... yeah, if you right-click on stuff, it'll ding. And that's what Soren does. He loves the dinging. Anyway, I'll put some wheat in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift right-click, and that locks this barrel, so even if I take out all the wheat, it's still programmed to wheat. So yeah, that's super important for me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down this straw golem. Actually, I wonder if I have a lily pad. Let's go grab a lily pad. There's definitely going to be some lily pads over here. Right? Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. This way? Yeah, this way. I know there's lily pads in this direction. I need to start running before I fly. That way I can go faster. This jetpack is tied to how fast you can run. So we're definitely going to have to make some fast boots so that our jetpack goes faster. Alright, let's see. Ooh, there's some copper over there that we could grab. But I want a lily pad. I thought for sure we'd have some over here. I'm going to go grab a lily pad real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I went and grabbed a lily pad here. So all we need to do, all I want to do anyway, I'm going to drop right into that. But we're going to place that lily pad right there. Perfect. So now I can place my straw golem right on top of that. Oh, and he fell in. Just smack him. Get him out. But anyway, you can see he's not doing anything. He's all sad and doesn't know what to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a core in him. And he's going to have this harvest core. Yay. Oh, there's actually a couple things we need to get here before we do this. So I'm going to leave him here. Because if I put this harvest core in him, he's just going to go crazy and he's going to smack all these crops. But then he's not going to pick any of them up or replant them. And, ooh, hello. I need my sword, please. Thank you. Wow, he just destroyed me. That's crazy. He hit me with some sort of potion. I think it was a potion of harming. That sucks. That sucks so much. And now he's going to murder me. We'll walk him around this way. Yeah. These infernal mobs, sometimes they have potions of harming, and there's almost nothing you can do about it. So I'm going to get... Ow. There we go. Got him. Alright, now let's put the rest of our armor on. There we go. Alright, so what we need to make... Because he's just gonna, you know, basically smack all those crops and do nothing about it, what we want is a little bit of an upgrade. So we're going to need an order shard, just like this. And we're also going to want some gold nuggets. So let's make some of those. I think we'll just do that for now because we're going to need a bunch of these in the future. So again, back to our arcane table over here, and I hope I have enough for this. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. So we need to put it like so. 10.5. Alright, so I'm going to have to go get some more V. I will be right back. Alright guys, so I got my wand all recharged now. Whoa, hello. And I should be able to now make this upgrade. Ta-da! Order upgrade. Perfect. So, this is great. Actually, we're going to make one more upgrade, and it's called the Earth upgrade. So, Earth shard. And we already have our golden nuggets, so we can do a little bit of this. Earth. And I'll take my wand with me, thank you. Perfect. So, now, coming out, we'll go down here and we'll talk to our little golem buddy. And I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to pick him up. So with the Golemancer's Bell, you shift right click, or no, you shift left click. I'm sorry, I forgot. You shift left click and it picks him up. And what I'm going to want to do is put him on top of... No. We are going to want him here. So I'm just going to place him down there. And what we're going to do is stick this little order upgrade in him. See in his little belly button there, sort of, he got an order upgrade plugged into him. And then we'll give him the harvest. So he'll run around. Hello, spider guy. Jumping around on my crops, messing everything up. Now, let's see. I should have my Maddock here. We will fix this like so. Just had to run around and kill all my crops, don't you? We'll have to put up a couple things here, actually, that will keep spiders and them out. which would be good. Did I jump on that again or something? That was weird. Okay, so I think that'll do. So now we can put our harvest core inside our golem here, and he's going to run around doing what he does and just absolutely decimate all of these crops, but also replant them. He will replant them. I'm going to plant that one because I think he missed it, but which is perfect. This is great. I just recalled too that I'm going to need another type of barrel as well, because we're going to need one for seeds. See, now he's having a little bit of trouble in that he can't see all of these crops. So what I'm going to do is, whoops, not punch him. I'm going to left click him, not shift left click, because if I shift left click, he would lose all of his upgrades and they have a chance to break, and we don't want that. So I realize he can't quite see this last row of crops here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move him up one to where this water is. So I'm just going to place him on top of that, and he will actually be able to see those this time and smack them down. So that way I don't need to give him any perception upgrades, which increases his line of sight. So as you can see, he plants a lot, but he doesn't always get them. He generally will, as long as there are seeds around for him to do so. So that's not much of a problem. What I do want, though, I'm debating if I should move this or not. We'll see. Actually, we're definitely going to have to move that. That's okay, though. We can just break it. So we'll take our trusty Maddock and break it down. It's no problem. And we could probably put that dirt back. Delete. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up having our AE lines go this way, our ME cables and stuff go that way. But I'm going to place down a barrel here, and I'm also going to put another barrel there. So let's grab one of those. And the other barrel will be for seeds, and we don't really need to have seeds for much, but it's generally a good idea to have them. So we'll get the rest of our seeds in here, and we'll also get a barrel. A better barrel. Perfect. And now we will go outside, place this down as well. And I just realized that he's not going to be able to do that. What I might do is just place down this barrel here, not really have it connect to anything, but as they harvest and stuff, he will pick up only the wheat, and the straw golem should plant, because I really don't need the seeds all that much for anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wheat in there and lock these. Lock, please. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place our stone golem right on top of this guy right here. And so he should be bound. If I right click him, he's bound to this this barrel here. So what I'm going to have him do for me is the following. First, I'm going to put this earth upgrade in him. That means he can carry more. He could originally carry 16. Now he should be able to carry 32 items at a time. And the little green flashing is just him healing, by the way. And now if we put in the gather core, he should pick up the stuff that is left on the ground. But you can see he picked up those seeds, which is something we don't want. We don't want him to have seeds. So we're going to filter. So I'm going to take out one piece of wheat, and I'm going to say, hey, only pick up wheat. That's all I want you to pick up. So he's going to drop those seeds, and then he's going to go pick up the rest of the wheat that's on the ground. So now he'll only pick up wheat, and this straw golem should get enough seeds to plant on the ground, because the stone golem won't pick up his seeds. And if I find that there's some missing every now and again, I will put seeds in here. So there we go. That should be basically an automated farm. It's just about that simple. So now what we need to do is set up our AE and mechanism machines to go into this tree so we can start making some serious power. So I'm going to get a few things together, and I'm also going to check the length of this recording because I'm not sure how long it's been. But yeah, I'm going to do both of those things, and then I will be right back. Peace. Okay, guys, so we have a little bit of time left, and what I want to do is connect those barrels to my ME system. Now, what I've done already is I've taken a wire that runs from my crafting terminal here all the way over to this tree, and you can kind of see it because in this version of Applied Energistics, you don't have forged microblocks being able to work with them. So if you're looking at my tree, you can see some covers here that I've placed. It's not extremely noticeable, but it does need to happen, and it comes down the tree, and then I have it running through the ground over here, and is going to poke out right here. So what I want to make are a couple storage buses, that connect to these barrels, so we have access to them in our ME system, as well as being able to automate them later. So we need 2 storage buses, one for those seeds and one for the wheat. So if we type in storage bus, we'll see we come up with this, and we need an ME interface, which requires a conversion matrix, which requires processors and stuff, but I think we have some, apparently not. So I gotta make some processors. So we're gonna get some basic quartz. We need at least 2, and we'll run these together. I don't know what's going on today. I've been having a bit of lag. I think it might be that I need to restart my computer, possibly, and it's especially bad when those machines are running right there. So I'm sorry if this episode's a little jumpy. It's just kind of how it is today. I'm not sure why. I'm just gonna have to reset my computer, I think, or restart my computer. But anyway, now that we've got that, we can do our conversion matrix. So if we go storage, we should be able to grab this nice and easily. We have both of these like that, 1, 2. Now we should be able to make the conversion interfaces, which are no problem, and the ME interface, or the storage bus rather. There we go, perfect. So what we do is we just fly back down here, and it's as simple as connecting these to my system, just like that. Now in here you can specify all sorts of different things, like partitioning, and even like input-output mode. Like right now it's bidirectional, meaning into this barrel we can put stuff in / take stuff out from the ME system, and this will be where it's stored. But we don't need to do that. We don't need to mess with anything because everything's already set up there. And if we go up here and look into our system, if you remember earlier I took everything out, we should see all of our wheat in there. Yeah, 274 wheat, and if we search for seeds, there we go, 66 seeds. We have just a little over a stack of seeds in there because they're not really getting collected. But yeah, so there we are. Those are connected, and now we still have just a little bit of time left, and what I want to show you guys is what I'm going to put around this farm in about in like a square formation. So what's going to happen is I'm going to set up some warded stones around the farm here, so that 1, these golems can't get out, and 2, bad things can't come in and get my golems, which is, you know, kind of more important even than just letting the golems out. So to do that, we need to make a couple things. So we're going to need, oh, I have my Thaumonomicon. We need arcane stone, which isn't bad. It's just regular stone around some type of shard. So let's search shard. We'll have the most of. It looks like order, so we'll grab a couple of those. And let's see, stone. Looks like we have a bunch. Now, I think I have my wand in here this time. Yes, I do. So we'll go up here to our work table. We'll put in our shards, and then we'll throw these stones in around like this. And if I put my thing in here, it costs very little to make these. So we'll do that. Just make the 3. And I don't think that'll be quite enough, but this is just an example. So now what we need to do, we're making these paving stones of warding. So we need to make arcane stone bricks, which we just take like you would normally do stone bricks, no problem. And then we need fire shards and order shards, and then a bunch of each of those aspects, which I'm not sure how much we have of that. Let's look in here. Ignis 21. We can make one set, which is one set of 4, I think. So it's not a lot, but let's look for shard again. We're going to make 1. And I'll have to go do the rest of this off camera. Like, I'll have to go and recharge my wand and stuff like that. So for now, this is all we're going to do. But fire, order, make these into bricks, and then we throw them in just like so, and we can make one set just like that. Now we have paving stones of warding, which is, it's really simple. You just make an unbroken chain of these, which is actually going to be kind of difficult, and we'll be able to have to test this because I might have to make them like stair-stepped around. Otherwise, I'll just kind of carve down maybe a little bit of this. Yeah, I think that might be what I'll do. But I'm not sure if a mob can jump over those stones or not. I'm not entirely sure about that. Like, if it were to fall in, is that possible? Because I haven't really used these before. But anyway, this is what you'd end up doing is, for example, these few pieces of grass here. We'll just mine these out like so. And then we can put down our paving stones. And no actual mob would be able to get through here, including our golems. I mean, they could easily walk around. But if you make a ring around this farm, they should be good to go. But I think that's about it for this time. Next episode, I plan on setting up our power system inside. We've got a lot of wheat now that we can turn into biofuel, and then we can create an automated system in here, which I've already run power up this way, so that we can start something like that. I think that's going to be next episode. We'll be getting all of that put together. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you do like this content. It really does help me out. And stay classy, YouTube.